the safe area.
Good morning, agents, and welcome to another daily episode of Targeted Loot today for September 5th, the series that shows you the Targeted Loot map, farming tips and tricks, and much more. I'm Agent Shadow, and if you enjoy my content, please consider smashing the subscribe and like buttons below, and check the video description for all named gear and weapon spreadsheets that I mention in these videos. Also, check out the pinned comment section below for the Discord link and how to join the Shadow Crew clan on PC, Xbox, and PS4. Also, comment below if you'd like to see a summit and new gear and exotics video today for the PTS. Thanks, agents. So let's go ahead and get started with the Dark Zones first, and the highlights from the Dark Zone vendors this week, then DC and New York City last. So, in DZ West, we have the Virginian. That's at the DZ vendor, and then the Devil's Due backpack you can farm for, which has perfect clutch, the Matador with perfect adrenaline rush, and the gift with perfect vigilance. Although it's kind of difficult to get the gift when it's not Providence Defense, but it is still possible for it to drop. There's just several other named ones that can drop as well. And then at DZ South, you can get the strategic alignment at the DZ vendor. You can also get it at the White House as well, and I think it's better rolled over here at the White House. And then of course at DZ East, you can get the new reliable. I think Cassie Mendoza, she definitely has a really close to God rolled one, but I think Cassie Mendoza is already out this week. So you can also get the Ferocious Calm, which is a Fenris DZ exclusive named chest piece with perfect Overwatch as well, if you want to farm for that today. Alright, agents, so north side highlights, we got submachine guns at Camp White Oak. You can farm for the Lady Death and refarm for the Chatterbox. Remember, if you don't have the Chatterbox, I will show you my little quick 5-minute video on how to get it in the card in the top right real quick. Now remember, the top tier SMGs are the Vector variants and the MPX. Those are the best, absolute best ones to get. Petra Defense at the ballpark, you can get the Contractor's Gloves with 8% damage to armor. And remember, those aren't mandatory to run anymore, but the damage to targets that it cover usually is for DPS builds. And then Providence Defense, you can get the Sacrifice with perfect glass cannon, and just better rolls overall for any of your DPS builds. And then Gila Guard, of course, like I always say, it is really great for shield builds. I normally never farm for this set. Usually Foundry Bulwark is better, even mixed with some Gila Guard. And then especially that new gear set, the new brand set in the PTS, you're probably going to be farming for that way more than Gila Guard after this. Alright, agents, so now we're on to the west side highlights. We got holsters at Downtown West. That's the Imperial Dynasty and Forge holster, which gives you that 50% extra shield health. That's like adding an entire new tier to your shield. And then Alp Summit's great for healer builds. You get 20% repair skills right off the bat from the first brand bonus. Shotguns at Constitutional Hall for the Sweet Dreams exotic shotgun, or you can look for the top tier ones like the custom M870 and the Marine Super 90. And then of course rifles at Foggy Bottom. Always look for a good classic M1A, or one of my new favorites, the M1A CQB, which has a way higher rate of fire and much easier to aim and shoot. But of course it does a couple million less per damage. It usually does about like 2 million crit on the body. So it's something that has a give and take thing. And then of course Diamondback and Merciless as the exotics. And you can't farm for the Harmony, that's a DZ exclusive. And you can also farm for the Baker's Dozen, which is the named classic M1A. The best damage talents to run on a classic M1A or any rifle is Boomerang, Ranger, and of course Rifleman if you can land those consistent headshots. Gear system mods at the Potomac Event Center. If you need that 12% crit hit damage mod or 6% crit hit chance mod, whatever you need. And remember, if you're going to prepare for Title Update 11, stack up on those resistance mods, protection from elites, those blue mods. Most of them are going to be doubled to 20%, so definitely invest in those as well. They're going to be worth it, especially bleed resistance for that new Hunter's Prey set. And then gloves at Roosevelt Island, so you can always farm for the BTSU gloves and the Contractor's gloves. And then Grupo Sombro at Lincoln Memorial, so 1 piece for DPS builds, 2 piece for explosive skill damage builds. And then you can farm gear system mods over here at West Potomac Park. There's several control points you can farm in the open world, or just run Potomac Event Center over and over. That's really it, but I wanted to show you guys the legendary missions. So we got gloves at Roosevelt Island, we got LMGs at District Union, and Overlord at Capitol Building. So there's quite a bit of good stuff for legendaries. Alright guys, let's go check out what we got on the east side. Alright agents, we're over here on the east side highlights. So first off, the demolition site XP farm, I'll show you in the video in the top right card right now. Anything but system corruption, which is DZ exclusive. And of course the Foundry Bulwark and Future Initiative chest and backpack pieces. You can get anything else. And if you're going to be XP farming over here at demolition site, you can get all the gear sets you need to farm for just from that one mission. And it's up to you. You can farm these other 3 control points and run around, do activities, but that's what I would do personally. And then LMG's a District Union. So like I shows on the thumbnail, exotics is Bullet King and Pestilence. And then of course you have the named ones like the Good Times with Perfect Fast Hands, the New Reliable. You can also get the Sleipnir, I think it's called. And then the Carnage. There's a lot of them that are named as well. And you can also run this on Legendary to get the best rolls possible. But remember, exotics do not scale with Legendary, so you can farm it on story mode and you can still get a god rolled Bullet King and Pestilence. Chest pieces at Jefferson Trade Center, so you can get the tardigrade armor chest piece, the exotic armor chest piece. And you also get a chance to get the Coyote's mask to drop from Coyote, the boss at the end of Jefferson Trade Center. Socolo Concern for your SMG builds, just replace that with Providence Defense 3-piece. And then Wyvern Rare for that 10% skill damage. It goes great with any skill damage build, definitely at least that 1 piece. We got assault rifles at American History Museum, so you can get the exotic Chameleon or some named ones like the Maniac, named a military AKM, the Burnout, which is the named FAMAS. Both of those are actually really good. You can also get the Mechanical Animal, which is also extremely good, definitely worth farming for with Future Perfection. And then top tier assault rifles are FAMAS and military AKM, which are my 2 favorite. And then Police M4, Carbine 7, G36s, and then the P416 variants. You got Mass over here at East Mall, all 4 control points to farm for, the Coyote's Mask, Vile Mask, and Punch Drunk Mask with 20% headshot damage baked in. It goes great with the Dodge City holster, which also you can farm for the Dodge City holster at holster targeted loot, but what you'll see if you don't have all the pieces and you haven't crafted it yet is you'll start to see these exotic holster pieces dropping, but most people probably have them already. If you don't, gather all those pieces and then go to the White House and craft it over at the White House. Then we got Overlord of Capitol Building if you want the Fox's Pair knee pads. Remember, those have 10% damage or 8% damage to targets out of cover, and that's multiplicative damage that's stronger than crit hit damage. It's really important to have it. You're almost always using it no matter what, whether the enemy has armor or just all health, it doesn't matter. And they're almost never in cover, and the few that are in cover, it doesn't even, it's too little to matter usually. So definitely make sure you have Fox's Pair knee pads, usually with weapon damage, that 8% damage to targets out of cover, and then crit hit chance or crit hit damage. And then Aralda Holdings at Air and Space if you're looking for something to go with the perfect Headhunter chest piece that you can farm today at Space Admin, the Walker Harrison Code chest piece. Now you can run 2 pieces, of Aralda Holdings, 3 pieces, aces and 8s, and then 1 piece of the Walker Harrison Co. Perfect Headhunter chest piece. And yeah, that's pretty much it that I see in East Side. Let's go ahead and check out what we got in New York City targeted loot, and then I'll let you guys go. Alright agents, we're over here at New York City targeted loot. So we got Hana Yu at the Tombs, Force Multiplier with Perfect Combined Arms. And I checked this out on the PTS today. I love how the gear set, the gear mods are just generic now. You want to farm for skill haste and skill damage. Don't worry about the red mod slot. It's going to go away pretty soon with TU11. So farm for skill haste and skill damage on that Force Multiplier backpack. Then we got knee pads at 2 bridges. You can get the Ninja Bike Messenger knee pads, Sawyer's knee pads, and then the Fox's Pair knee pads. And then Golon gear for that 10% status effects. I have an Eclipse Protocol build with that's a status effect fire damage build. And you can also use it for, you know, ensnare and all that good stuff as well. So I'll put that in the top right card right now. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. You can farm pistols at Wall Street and get the Bullet King possibly from the end boss there. You know, you usually farm for like a D50 to craft the Liberty with, or you can refarm the Liberty, but I usually suggest just doing the 3 missions in a row that get you the Liberty parts to craft. Otherwise, that's kind of all I recommend in New York City. Let's head back to DC to close up. Alright agents, well that was the targeted loot for today. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed my content. And also I wanted to give a big shout out to Silverback, Heaven High, and then of course Incognito Cybersecurity. These are my 3 channel members, and I appreciate you guys so much for all that support, dude. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. If anyone else wants to join, go ahead and click the join button below. All it does is support my dream of being a full-time content creator, and it just helps out so much with some of the costs of the equipment and software I use to make these videos and everything. And then check the pinned comment section below for the Discord, support me further, join the Shadow Crew clan, all that good stuff. Take care, agents. Be sure to stay tuned for more daily videos and a lot of content on the PTS. This is Agent Shadow signing off. I will see you in the next video.